To get started, download and unzip the files that accompany this project from the Chimp website. Next, ensure that SteamVR is running, and also run Modo. From the downloaded files, we're going to drag and drop this chimpvr.lxp, which is a Modo assembly preset. Drag and drop it onto a viewport in Modo. And now in the item list, you can see we have the Chimp VR assembly. And inside it, there are 3 locators for the VR head controller, the left controller, and the right controller. And all of these are represented by a little triangle here in Modo's viewport. Next, we're going to run the Chimp application. From Chimp's file menu, we'll select Open, and choose the OpenVR.chimp project. This sets up all your VR controllers in the Chimp application. Now, back in Modo, you can see that the triangles are moving to match whatever we do in VR, both the position and the orientation. Now, for the smoothest performance of feedback in Modo, we're going to press the play button on the timeline, and that'll just smooth out the playback a little bit. It ensures an update for every frame. And as you can see, we've got control. So there's the green is the head. We've got left hand blue, and the right hand is red. So you could then parent any item that you wanted to move to these locators. So we could use it for puppeteering a character, for example. You could use it to produce walkthroughs, or you could become a virtual cameraman in a scene. But what we're going to do next, as an example, is we're going to puppeteer a particle simulation. So we're going to paint with particles. So I've cleared out the previous scene just to start fresh here in Modo. And now from the downloaded files, we're going to double-click to load the Particle Paint Modo scene. Now, this scene includes a very simple particle simulation. And to use particle simulations, we actually have to be in the Setup tab. So I'm going to go to the Setup tab. And I don't need to see the schematic, so for now I'm just going to maximize this top viewport. And we only have 2 emitters in this scene, so there's going to be one for the left-hand control and one for the right-hand control. We're not going to worry about the VR headset position for this particular example. Next, let's double-click to load the Chimp VR assembly preset. So we do that, and there we go in our item list. We now have our VR assembly ready to go. Holding the control key on the keyboard, I'm going to click and drag the left emitter and drop it onto the left VR controller. That's going to parent it to that left VR controller. Again, holding the control key, click, drag, and drop onto the VR right controller. So now, as we move around, you can see the particle emitters are following the VR controllers. Now, to get this working, we're going to press the play button for the simulation. And now we have particles spraying out of each of those controllers. And we could move around the space, painting with particles to create perhaps an interesting motion graphic simulation or whatever you want. And of course, in Chimp, we can always press the record button to record the simulations that we're doing and save them as animations in Modo.